ADR King Black. Make sure that you are always staying hydrated, drinking as much water as you can every day, more than half a gallon to a gallon a day is good for your body, and it helps lower the amount of times that you drink soda and juice, things that don't really add that much nutritional value to your body. You should always keep at least 5 to 10 cans of SpaghettiOs, ravioli in cases of emergency, in cases of blackout, in cases of blizzards, in cases of financial hardship. You should always keep at least 3 sacks of 3 pounds of rice. Rotate it after about a couple of weeks. Make the rice, then buy new rice and store it up. Buy yourself some pork and beans or some pink beans or some pinto beans. Stock it up. Eat right. Eat healthy. Try to save money when you can. As much as you love that fast food and that takeout, try to cut it down to once a week or less, once every 2 weeks. Make it a special day when you go out to eat at a McDonald's, Burger King. Instead, try to eat at home. If you ain't got the time, make a simple little salad and make some chicken and cut it up into little strips and put it in the salad. These are all ways to save money and be prepared. I can't stress enough that life sometimes throws you curveballs. So always make sure you can take care of you and your own. For those of you that work out, make sure you eat a lot of protein, eat a lot of meat. You don't necessarily have to be spending a whole bunch of money on whey powder. Like eat a lot of chicken breast preferably, chicken thighs. Haven't really been eating any pork, not because I'm Muslim or anything, which I'm not, but because the taste has been weird over the past few months. I don't know what kind of batches these supermarkets are getting in, but man, the pork has been tasting weird. So has the beef. So I've been sticking mainly to chicken and fish. So if you guys notice that the pork doesn't taste the same as you remember it from a few months back or even a couple years back, I would suggest you stop eating it. All that hormones and stuff they're pumping into these pigs and the slop they're giving them, all of that stuff is transferring to us. I don't know if you've ever seen that little fish chart in some classrooms where it shows like the algae, then the stuff that eats the algae, like the brine shrimp or the plankton. Then the plankton gets eaten by a smaller fish, then that small fish gets eaten by a bigger fish, and then that bigger fish gets eaten by an even bigger fish. Well, it's all transfer of energy. That little bit of kelp or algae that the plankton ate, the fish absorbs a part of that as well as the nutrition from the fish. And then the bigger fish also gets the law of diminishing returns, gets a little bit of energy from the algae or the kelp that the plankton ate, also gets the nutrition of the little fish, also gets the nutrition of the bigger fish, and so on and so on and so on until it gets to our plate. So we're eating and we're going through the whole process of the food chain. So if they're feeding these pigs this leftover stuff and pumping them full of hormones and stuff, when we eat it, we're also absorbing some of what that pig ate, some of the conditions that it was in, as well as some of the hormones they pumped in via medicine or through the food or maybe the pig was sick at one time and they injected it with something, or they just for a general rule to boost the immune system of the pigs in order to diminish the mortality rate so that way they can be sold for food. You have to be very conscious about these things. These aren't just conspiracy theories or whatever. If you look at the long term effects from eating a lot of food from aluminum cans or all these foods with a lot of sodium, it causes long term damage down the road to our bodies. And we end up transferring some of that to our kids. And I understand organic food is more expensive than the alternative, cheaper food. But you have to try to eat healthy when you can. You don't have to go and buy the $10 head of organic lettuce that has never been touched by pesticide or whatever. But eating some lettuce is a better alternative than to always eating some super processed, super sodium containing hamburgers from Burger King, McDonald's. Eating some tilapia every once in a while, or eating some, as we say here, some bacalao will do you some good. A lot of you that like eating with that hot sauce, they say that that kills the taste buds. And the one thing you never want to lose when you're eating food is your sense of flavor. You want to be able to taste the subtle notes in food. You don't want to have a dead tongue that you can't taste anything unless you put a whole bunch of jalapenos or a whole bunch of hot sauce on it. You want to be able to taste the lettuce. You want to be able to taste the tomatoes. You want to be able to taste the chicken. You don't want to taste the hot sauce first and then just have the texture of the chicken be in your mouth. You want to be able to taste. Remember as kids when they would tell you need to eat so you can grow? That's true. We gotta eat the right way. You can't be eating all this KFC, Popeyes chickens that's gonna make you big in a different way. It's gonna make you 400 pounds. It's gonna make you have diabetes. It's gonna give you hypertension. It's gonna give you high blood pressure. But if you're eating them salads, you're eating some boneless chicken thighs, you're eating some chicken breast, you're eating some tilapia, you're eating some fish, some salmon. Little by little, your health will improve. You drink a lot of water, you cut out most of the juice, most of the soda. I'm not saying never have it, you know. After all, we only have one life to live, and tomorrow we might get hit by a car and die, but still. In the off chance that we live to be 80 or 90, you don't want to be 80 and 90 and be completely crippled on bed rest if you can help it. You don't want to end up having one of these cancers if you can help it. You know, if you're a man over the age of 40, you got to make sure you get those prostate exams. And if you're a female, you got to make sure you're doing those breast exams. If you're getting a weird mole on your skin or you get a weird blemish on your skin, get it checked out. Make sure it's not skin cancer, because skin cancer is the most common cancer that anybody can get. And all it takes is a little bit too much sun. And those of us that work outside, those of us that work construction and stuff, and sometimes take the shirt off, we don't be using sunscreen. It's a perfect way to get skin cancer. And if you can catch it early enough, most times it can be treated, but you don't want to go through life 10 years getting sunburned thinking you're alright. Then they tell you that you got skin cancer and it's already spread to your organs. So look after yourself, look after your family, eat good, eat right. ADR.